You personally, I think, have been able to navigate the treacherous waters of big tech. But this is for your business model, for my business model. This is a massive problem.
Huge.
That there are these platforms controlled almost 100% by left-wing globalists who are looking to come up with excuses to shut us down.
It's almost an oligarchy, is what it's become.
Yes, it is. It's exactly an oligarchy.
And they have no transparency. There's no accountability structure, and I believe markets improve people's lives. I remain consistent.
Absolutely.
In that, in the premise of trade and so on and so forth. But with that being said, I look at big tech. They benefit a lot from government deals, many of them, including Google and Amazon, whether it be cloud server deals or government contracts. And what's going to prevent Google from completely altering our society if they want to, whether through behavioral technology, search engine manipulation, data mining? It's rather horrifying stuff. And Tucker Carlson and I had this kind of fun debate, and I agree with him that Google's a threat. He thinks Google is an even bigger threat than government.
Yeah,
and I kind of walked away with, you might be right, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay to say at times. But even if I say I don't know, that's something to be said, that now there's a non-government entity that might have more power than the IRS.
Certainly, and it's on pace for it not to be a debate. If nothing is done, if we're just going to sit there, throw up our hands as the establishment Republican Party has done, and say that it's a private business, so they can do whatever they want, but it's not really so much. That's not really the case.
No, and so the thought exercise I always go through, and it's so important. It's something I do on Twitter a lot, which is try to break people out of just the monolithic cable news television way of portraying things, which is, if Google was owned by an outward Republican conservative and had mostly conservative engineers, and then they comprise 88% search results, do you think the Democrats would not be calling for an antitrust violation?
Yes, of course they would.
Of course they would be.
Yes,
of course they would be. There would be a nationwide movement to do that. Any other industry has that sort of dominance over a particular sector, especially the consumption of information. Like, it's bad enough that, let's say ExxonMobil had 88% of all oil purchases. They'd be shut down in a second by the Federal Trade Commission. But the consumption of information, that's how people find identity and consciousness and how they speak. And so there is something to be said that this relationship between big business and big government, neither side really get that correct, Alex. But Trump is starting to say both are benefiting from this deal.